All right, hell yeah. So it's a real blustery day. You know what I mean? We might get some rain, but a lot of wind over on that other lake. What we're gonna do is just kind of paddle around the perimeter. We're gonna work on our offside. Hell yeah. I was kind of dipping my feet in, get rid of that sand. Okay, so my strong side's on that left. We're gonna be going on this right side, and hopefully we do some tutorials. Man, this wind's real strong, so you know, the first thing you want to do is paddle where you want to go, but you always have to have a really good correction stroke. You know, the first paddle stroke I take on this, and we're going that way. So, but if I do want to paddle this way, I just need to match it with the correction stroke. I want to paddle over to that trail. See how I'm always paddling, you know, towards that trail? And I can even, you know, make my boat kind of go that way. As long as we're paddling in the direction we want to go, and then just have a really, really solid correction stroke, that's going to be the name of the game. All right, hell yeah. Let's do it. All right, go on and go this way. All right, today we're going to be going over, you know, like, hey, can we make a wide turn? Going this direction is the hardest. Here we go. So what I do is let the boat go that way, and then do like a late and like a far back cross. Now we're drifting sideways over here. Hell yeah, this wind is so strong. So now we kind of put ourselves into a pickle. Let's just get right back to shore. Paddle towards shore, a really aggressive counter stroke. All right, hell yeah. So this channel gets real windy, so hopefully we'll be able to paddle against it. But that's why I came out here, because what we're gonna try, well, first we're gonna get out there and just paddle against this current. But then what I'm gonna do is actually turn the boat this way, and then we're gonna pry up into that current. Here we go. All right, hell yeah, now we're getting blown backwards. So what I'm gonna do is turn the boat sideways. And then really work kind of on that hip front. All right, this is brutal because turning sideways, that's just gonna pick up all that wind. But sometimes that pry is your strongest. All right, I'm gonna switch over to the other side because I don't even know if we can actually paddle up into it. All right, here we go. Game on. We're gonna get over here. Hell yeah. Now we're gonna paddle up this way and then try to cross. If we get past those bushes, we might be able to get to the other side. So a real strong lead. yeah, we're in street clothes. You know, we have just a lot of cotton actually, so yeah, we can stay out here, but we're fine. You know what I mean? The water temperature is actually, if you went swimming, I'm warmer than. See, that's interesting. Even though I have got cotton on and stuff, I'm still warmer than having nothing. You know, just swim shorts. But yeah, it's a pretty blustery day. I wasn't planning on tipping over right there. That's too bad. But I'm just kind of bummed I have to call it. I really wanted to paddle around the lake on a windy day. Hey, we're not even moving right here anyway. So thanks for joining me. That's the video. Alright, hell yeah. So in my car I always keep an extra set of gear. So we actually got a full wetsuit on, and now we can just fall in and it's not going to be a hazard. Alright, so let's clean off the camera and let's do this. Alright, what do we got for battery? Holy Toledo, we might have to switch batteries already. Alright, catch me on the flip side. Alright, hell yeah, so let's do it. Offside. Alright, so we're gonna. I said it's harder to go this way, so we're gonna sweep out, but then kind of finish with a pry, or just go this direction, but then kind of pry it around. So we can kind of take this wider path. Alright, hell yeah. Now we'll go back the easier way, tuck up against the shoreline. We got a lot of wind. Alright, so my boat ferried me over. so used to my strong side that like I just don't care. You know what I mean? Like I know this is where I'm not wasting energy. Okay, so hell yeah. So, you know, we want to go this way. So offside, if I'm just paddling on that side, you're naturally going to get pushed away from where you're paddling. Let's try that again. Oh, we're losing ground now. Adjust the camera. Man, that was brutal. All right, good to go. right, hell yeah. Let's get back to it. We're gonna do some offside paddling. All right, hell yeah. Just right there, I was able to get some speed by going in the direction of my stroke and then really kicking the tail around. And that's just gonna generate speed this way. And then I can rotate the other direction once I get speed. Hell yeah. All right, let's try it. All right, now rotate it back around. Hell yes, that was 3 paddle strokes for speed. Let's try it again. All right, rotate it back around. Now, maybe that's a good way to trick your brain into be like, oh, I'm just picking up speed. Because what's really difficult is to actually get your boat turning in this direction with speed. So let's go up and around this piece of wood, and we'll even use that technique. Heck yeah, just like 1 stroke, 2 strokes, get some speed. Now I'm gonna go up around this piece of wood. I'm gonna tuck right in there. Hell yeah, I can even do a sweep as long as it's got a strong pry. All right, we ain't going under that. All right, the other technique of keeping the boat straight is take your paddle stroke, lift up, and then drop the water into that pry. And I don't know, it's just got a nice bite to it. You'll notice that the front of the boat just kind of naturally wants to suck back. All right, let's get some speed and go do that. All right, we got some speed. All right, hell yeah. I'm actually doing 2 things there. I'm kind of doing I'm dropping the pry real far back, and then I'm dropping my backhand into it, kind of for that downward leverage. All right, let's keep doing that one. Hell yeah. And then somewhere in between there, I don't know, sometimes you just find that the nose of the boat just kind of naturally rocks back, and that's kind of the sweet spot where you're not losing a lot due to friction. All right, hell yeah. So let's continue on turning this way. You know what I mean? It's nice to have a piece of shore here, and we're going in the easier direction. We're going around that way. So what I like to do is kind of swing in to some of these little sections of shore, you know. So we're trying to make turns this way. I think you get it. Let's do it. But what I do is a sweep and then a strong pry. You know what I mean? That was too much, but I mean, you can really get the boat. You know, that's the way you can keep turning the boat along this outside path. And now it's going to be easier to turn the boat back. That one's real easy. You have all the weight of the boat out in front of your paddle, So it's just real easy. I could turn this way all day. So heck yeah, let's do it a few more times. So you need a paddle stroke or a sweep, but then kind of a strong stopping pry. And I like to do it late and then really far back. So what you're really going to be working on is taking your paddle stroke from the front all the way to the back. All right, hell yeah, there's a couple things here. So the part of the stroke, you want the nose of the boat to go that way, but you want the rear of the boat to follow and then start tracking that way. You know what I mean? So you're going this way, but at the end of the day, you're making an outside corner. Well, I mean, at some point you're gonna have to kind of straighten it out and then turn the other way. So heck yeah. So the first part of the stroke, turning this way, gets the nose of the boat, and then the tail follows. So there's an aspect of R1 boating is like, hey, if I get my nose of my boat to go that way, and then I get the tail to go that way, and I keep doing this nose to tail, well, what direction do you think my boat's gonna go? And this is a real slow way to do it. But at the end of the day, my boat's gonna be going right towards shore right now. It's just gonna be going perpendicular. So that aspect of R1 boating, we're gonna take advantage of by paddling this way, going back, and then really kicking the pry. I mean, honestly, you're like trying to set the nose of the boat into sticky water and then rotate the back of the boat around there. And then you're, you know, not only going that direction, but you're getting a new position on the stern of your boat, the back of your boat. All right, that's a lot of words, so let's go do it. And just trying to keep any sort of momentum going. So this is the harder pry. You know, paddle this way and then sink it in. And you want to sink it in where your boat does that, kind of rocks back the other direction, so you can, you know, get ready for another one. And let's say turn around this tree. All right, hell yeah, but let's get back in there. Okay, now I get it. So we did 3 strokes of just, hey, we need to turn that direction and set the pry. But at some point we need to finish the turn and go the other direction. So that's where we really do, you know, swing the tail around. Now we can go the other direction. So this is the easier way to go, but it's hard to finish with that. You know what I mean? Hey, we're gonna be going this way, but then we gotta finish, you know, make sure the back of the boat's, you know, out behind us, so we can paddle the other direction. All right, like even right here, heck yeah, we're going towards shore, and at some point, you know what I mean, get the boat going the other direction. But this is the easier way to go. That first stroke might be a little bit tricky. All right, let's do it. All right, heck yeah, we got some wind at our back. So what's gonna make this turn hard is that you're not gonna turn enough. You know what I mean? Like, hey, you wanna go that way, you're just gonna be, you know, constantly paddling and prying. So you really have to go a little extra and then try to maintain a little bit of that speed. You know, because theoretically, I could turn all the way back the other direction. And now turn in a circle. And this stroke is a lot of freedom because, like, hey, I can just put my boat this direction anywhere I want it to go, you know what I mean? And then once I find what I can do, hell yeah, I get it there, and then I can turn out the other way. All right, hell yeah, so let's get into it. That is the harder stroke to do, to actually keep that momentum. It's really difficult to keep that momentum. So this is always a good skill to practice. And then just spatial awareness of, like, all right, this is the strokes that I'm learning, this is how I can use them, and I can really place them, you know, very specifically. All right, I don't know why, but like really deep strokes, I don't know, are just, especially if you're in flat water, I think it'll really build skill. There's something intuitive about controlling the boat, just like really having your paddle almost like, you know, full length right here under the boat. You can pry the boat really well too. You know what I mean? You can turn it. I mean, right here is like you're sculling. I mean, I can. Heck yeah, just get the boat to go wherever I want. All right, we might wrap it up. So let's see if I can do that same thing on this side. It definitely feels different. So what am I doing? Okay, so the other thing that I practice is like, heck yeah, get a knee right here and just face this direction and do the paddle pry. So we're gonna do that. Heck yeah. Ooh, yeah, this is interesting. So this is a really good skill to have. And I'm just looking at kind of like the shore over there to get perspective. This is a good skill because then you're never kind of, sometimes you don't know what direction your boat's actually going. And so to look sideways, what you're doing is you're conditioning the fact that like, hey, I'm doing the most effective stroke possible. Well, we're not even going to be able to come out here. But I don't want to push off with that fiberglass paddle. It ruins it, you know what I mean? It's only so strong. Holy Toledo. All right, let's get the hell out of here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, so this is interesting. I think I have so much more power right now. Just with this paddle. Is that true? Let me get totally winded out. That's the other thing with this paddle. I don't mind just reaching for the rocks. You know what I mean? Just really scraping it up against the rocks. And sometimes that's going to give you the more purchase. That's interesting. So there might be times where this is more effective. I don't know. We'll have to experiment with that. I like the mix. All right, a lot of R1 boating is weight shift. You know what I mean? You don't realize how much heavier you weigh compared to the boat. You know, obviously you outweigh the boat for sure. These things only weigh, 70 pounds. Anyway, so even just going from here to here, dynamically, that's going to give me more edge angle than just, paddling out here. All right, so let's try that. Let's try that on this side. I'm going from here to there. For whatever reason, sitting right here, Okay. So like anytime you can do something well on one side, just mimic it and see what you're doing on the other side. Oh, we're gonna get blown the hell. If I'm up here, I'm not able to shift my weight very quickly. But if I'm just kind of low right in here, then I'm able to shift it. All right, hell yeah, that's a huge improvement. All right, so let's see what we do on our strong side. So we're here to here, here to here. So even there, I kind of support myself with my hand. So we're here to there. Yep, and then we're back here. So even just those subtle details of like, oh, I didn't realize that if I shift my weight back, I'm actually supporting myself with my hand and hopping back. So we're here to here, and then here to here. So we're here to here. And then here to here. Now we got that kind of seamlessly. So anyway, we probably don't have any more batteries, so let's get the hell out of here. All right. All right, hell yeah. So every time I put my hand down, I can shift my weight anywhere. I can shift where I'm sitting. So that is pretty cool. So let's do that over here one more time. All right, hell yeah, that's a pro tip right there. I did not realize that that was probably a key element of weight shifting, especially on the outside, to edge your boat to make it kind of more streamlined in eddies, trying to catch current, catch waves. So anyway, so hell yeah, every time you go for a brace, put that backhand, you know, on the boat, and then you can adjust your seat anywhere you want. So hell yeah. You know, to get, especially the two places, like the where I typically paddle is right here because I'm balanced. But then if I want to get to the outside, hell yeah, that kind of helps. Instead of me just figuring out where that is, you know what I mean? I can just shift my weight, hell yeah, and then shift it back, and then we're just really good to go. All right, hell yeah. So I think that concludes the evening. We're gonna be getting out of here. So hell yeah, thanks for joining me. And that's a video.